Poem 44, Never Stumble the Littles to Sin. Matthew 18 verses 6-7, But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him that a large millstone be hung on his neck and he be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of causes for stumbling. For it is a necessity that causes for stumbling come, nevertheless, woe to the person through whom the cause for stumbling comes. Matthew 18 verse 10, See to it that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I tell you that their angels in heaven constantly see the face of my Father who is in heaven. Self-reflection, how can I ensure that I am not causing one of the little ones who believe in Jesus to stumble and sin? How can I be mindful of the causes for stumbling in the world that I am part of? How can I avoid being the cause for stumbling for others? What do I need to do to be aware of the impact of my words and actions on people around me? How can I ensure that I am not despising one of the little ones? How can I ensure that I am showing love and respect to all people around me? How can I ensure that I am living a life that reflects the presence of God's angels constantly looking at the face of my Father in heaven? In the Bible, Jesus taught a powerful message about how we should treat people in Matthew 18 verses 6-7 and 10. He said, But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him that a large millstone be hung on his neck and he be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of causes for stumbling, for it is a necessity that causes for stumbling come, nevertheless. Woe to the person through whom the cause for stumbling comes. Then in verse 10, he added, See to it that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels in heaven constantly see the face of my Father who is in heaven. Jesus was warning us to be careful and not to cause anyone, even the smallest and weakest, to stumble into sin. He is telling us to be aware of the consequences of our actions and to have a compassionate heart towards those who are vulnerable and in need of protection. He even goes so far as to say that we should not despise them as their angels are always in the presence of God. To further illustrate this point, Jesus went on to tell the parable of the lost sheep in Matthew 18 verse 10. This parable teaches us the importance of not only looking out for our own welfare, but for the welfare of others as well. Jesus is stressing the importance of showing compassion and love for our fellow man, even those who are weak and vulnerable. In summary, the message of Matthew 18 verses 6-7 and 10 is clear. We must protect and not harm those who are weak and vulnerable. We must show love and compassion towards all, no matter their size or strength. And finally, we must remember that their angels in heaven are constantly in the presence of God. Let's read the poem. In the eyes of innocence, so pure and bright, there lies a warning, a solemn insight. Whoever leads these little ones astray, a heavy burden upon their soul shall lay. A millstone, large and heavy, around their neck, drowned in the depths, a fate they shall beck. For causing these believers to stumble and fall, a dreadful consequence awaits them all. Woe to the world, for stumbling blocks will come, testing faith, hearts burdened, spirits undone. But woe to the person who brings forth the snare, for their actions bring pain and despair. The world, alas, is filled with snares, causes for stumbling, no one truly spares. Yet, woe to the one who brings this strife, for they darken the path of precious life. Let us not despise these little ones so dear, for in their presence, angels draw near. They constantly behold our Father's face, guiding and protecting them with heavenly grace. In their innocence, they teach us to see the preciousness of faith, the power to be free. For in their hearts, a purity resides, a reminder of God's love that forever abides. So let us be vigilant, with love and care, nurturing these little ones, lifting them from despair. May we be their angels, guiding them right, protecting their souls with all of our might. For in their presence, God's love shines through, a reminder of the truth, both old and new. Let us embrace them, with hearts full of grace, and lead them closer to our Father's embrace. Let us protect, with love and embrace, the little ones, with kindness and grace. For in their eyes, we glimpse divine, and in their presence, God's love will shine.